tell you.
I just want a microphone.
Reaction what? Yes.
Why did you make this set of stand-up one, man?
So we can see a sexy outfit.
I'm well selling my shoes.
I'm telling you, is that it or you want everybody
What's wrong
to
with
see?
them? What's wrong with them? I say this is Friday, you know. They gonna say election done and we going back to behind the desk on a Friday. Well, they better come good next week Friday, yeah?
Come on this side because
Well, I forget. I think we're doing Friday with the yeah. I could get the portable or whatever one.
I'm gonna have to leave it here. I feel like I'm walking around with a catheter.
I was thinking we're doing the normal clip on for Friday.
I just rested here.
Oh, jeez.
Huh?
Thankfully, I never had to walk with a catheter.
Let me see. What you want me to hear? Julian, what do you want me to hear? Well, you could guide me.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
You alone listen.
Oh, that's what the guide you're talking.
Yeah.
Where's Julian? Oh,
I think it's Friday, so we're doing that whole.
I'm telling you, the train you bad.
Yeah.
My feet are spray third. My feet
Give me the spray.
spray third, you know.
No, spray the. Yeah.
Put on inside the groove, John.
Yep.
So, who is the PO?
Abby. Abby Taylor.
I'm feeling it at all.
No. I like choppers and
This is yours?
Yeah.
No, this is fun to know you. Yeah, you have this on? You eating already?
Yeah. Deputy Watson is deputy chief, right?
Patel Daniel Benoit.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning.
Morning viewers, morning. It's Friday, 10 December 2021 and this is Tobago Updates morning show coming to you live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. I'm Julian Skeet.
And I am Rhea Richardson George, and this is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning to you, Tobago. Good morning, Trinidad. Good morning, Caribbean. And those of you viewing us on the live. Good morning, Julian. Julian, I'm missing you these days. I'm missing the spunk. I know we're tired, but I've been missing the spunk, you know. How have you been?
I've been good. We need a little more rest, but But we're good. We're good at keeping it going.
But we
this morning,
certainly-
it comes out of what I would consider for most persons within the Tobago space. You saw a sense of pride, a sense of joy, a sense of excitement coming out yesterday with the inauguration ceremony
Yes.
that took place. And, you know, I saw persons from varying sides of the political divide being able to express that joy and confidence and that hope for change, you know, that hope for change in Tobago based on the outcome of the elections. And it's probably a good indication thus far. What I'm also very pleased about, Ria, is that we would have seen a number of persons elected by way of the Tobago House of Assembly Act. And really, I have no other way to describe it but youth excellence. A significant proportion of younger persons taking up those leadership responsibilities.
And I hear you this morning, and I'm in agreement. However, we are hearing from the public that there are certain portfolios within the THA that calls for experience and some level of expertise. And persons are wondering if the present administration should chance these particular portfolios with inexperienced individuals. I'm saying here that they will learn. They will learn, and I'm sure that they will have advisors, and there will be persons working along with them. But I mean, we all knew that these were grassroots persons who were coming into this assembly with little or no experience. All right, and I know yesterday and for the entire week since the election results, we've been talking a lot about bishops and bishopians and stuff, and I want to send a congratulations this morning to the newly appointed councillor Orlando Kerr. He's my neighbor, my classmate, my schoolmate, my friend, and he's also a past student of the Signal Hill Secondary School. Miss Megan Morrison as well, you know, Mr. Nigel Tate from Signal Hill, Assemblyman Nigel Tate, Assemblyman Megan Morrison. You know, some of the products of Signal Hill Secondary. Yes, they did not attend Bishop's High School. They're not Bishopians, but they've been putting Signal Hill, Scarborough Secondary School and Signal Hill on the map. So congratulations going out to them and to all of the
And that's important because we would have seen a situation where a number of the schools, I'm sure, would be exuding a lot of pride.
Yes,
we also
and
have
claiming their own.
Correct. We also have where Abby Taylor, the presiding officer,
yes,
Abby Taylor, Scarborough Secondary School alumni, and we know that there's a sense of pride and joy as well coming from Scarborough Secondary School in terms of being able to celebrate. So it's really an opportunity, as I said to you, for varying reasons. I saw where some would have put aside the political hat and joined in simply celebrating because you are connected in some way, form or fashion with each and every one of these persons. And that for me spoke about the essence of Tobago. It spoke about the essence of Tobago because I want to see, I hear those who make the point about the need for experience in particular portfolios and so, but I do not know that that necessarily has to be the person at the helm. And that's the way I feel. That person can hold an advisory role, a guidance role, etc. Because even the PDP administration in itself is new. But fundamentally, at the end of the day, there is still an opportunity for guidance and support. And you don't know the extent, you know, persons don't know the extent of their support network and that kind of thing. So we have to give it a chance. Let's not forget in 2001, when Orville London took up after extensive tenure of the rule and the leadership, that Orville London was new. The secretaries were new.
To politics, that's right.
They were new in the sense that coming into the THA, taking up the responsibilities and reins of the THA and so on. Yes, Orville London might have served previously within the parliament and so on. But I don't think anybody came with this wealth and extensive knowledge and experience. And that for me is a major concern that I always stand firmly by, because usually that's the rationale used to disqualify young people.
That's right.
And I do not support it at all. You have to support young people in the process and give them that opportunity to move. And the signal was even sent clearly by the PNM. Kelvon Morris did not choose a former assemblyman with that wealth of experience.
Quite right.
He chose a young person that he believed had the capacity and skill set, and commendations as well to Daniel Benoit.
Yes.
You know, excellent. You know, so the thing about it is I was very happy to see that here it is.
I didn't expect that.
That's my point.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Very happy to see that you know, here it is, these young persons, a young chief secretary, a young minority leader, and don't take young and make bones about it at all. Young and capable, young and competent,
right.
young and able. And if you want to see Tobago move forward, let's help them. That's what I want to see going forward in this list. Let us help them all, but certainly commendations. We saw Zia Hackett is now the leader of assembly business. We have Chief Secretary Farley Augustine, Minority Leader Kelvon Morris,
Deputy Chief,
Deputy Chief Secretary Watson Duke. We also have a Deputy Presiding Officer in the person of Joel Notsi Sampson, and probably now we have to start to leave out the Notsi. Deputy Presiding Officer Assemblyman Joel Sampson, Presiding Officer Abby Taylor, and you know, it really for me sent a very good signal in terms of the collective coming together, and I'm really excited. I'm excited about the days ahead for the simple reason that I know that they are not just going to conform to what is the standard, and I want to remind people, if we continue to conform, we will never, we can't continue to do the same thing and hope for different.
Persons have already been, you know, throwing their hat in the ring with regards who's going to get what. I think it is already a foregone conclusion that our Secretary for Health is Dr. Faith B. Israel. I think that's a given. We don't expect anything else. But with regards the other divisions, who's going to fall in where, I think they're going to look at the experience and expertise of the persons within their camp, and they are going to assign them accordingly. Trevor James, we are looking at Trevor James for infrastructure. I'm not seeing Trevor James anywhere else. On the slate.
Some say we're looking at Ian Pollard for infrastructure.
Well, you know, I'm seeing Trevor James. I'm really seeing Trevor James. You know, you're looking as well at who's going to get, and some are saying Trevor for agriculture. I don't know. I'm not. But some are saying as well Sonny Craig for agriculture. So it's a lot happening. Oh, there are a lot of persons throwing their hat in the ring with regards who's going to go where.
And let's not forget that our Chief Secretary Farley Chavez Augustine also gave a commitment that we can look forward to some adjustments and some realignments in terms of the portfolios when he spoke with the media yesterday. So that's also something to look forward to. We are excited. We are excited quite naturally.
Some exciting times.
You know, one of our viewers made a post, and it really speaks to you. Watch the inauguration with a sense of pride, and therefore naturally the expectation is today, as most of us prepare to either work at divisions or interact with Tobago House of Assembly divisions, you want to know who is going to be the secretary taking up that responsibility. So today we're going to hear of the 7 secretaries to be appointed, and obviously the assistant secretaries, and whatever the new configuration is for the divisions within the Tobago House of Assembly.
Definitely. All right, so we're going to go to a break at this time. We've got lots more coming up on the Tobago Updates morning show. So we encourage you viewers, share the live, share the live, share the live.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash in transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Talk, watch, and listen to win big this Christmas with a Digicel Prime Bundle. The more you watch, cheer, and dance to your favorite Digicel apps, the more chances you have to win thousands of shake-to-win prizes. Enter to win grand prizes of $100,000, home appliances, and groceries valued at $50,000 or free Digicel services for a year. Visit My Digicel or dial *323# to buy a Prime Bundle today. And talk, watch, listen to win big with Digicel. Better together this Christmas.
To all Tobagonians and visitors of this beautiful island, the Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative is seeking your efforts and support in keeping a clean and organized, friendly environment. In doing so, drop-off bins are located at strategic areas around Tobago for your recyclable materials such as plastics, aluminum and steel cans, glass bottles and tetra packs in bags, and let's protect our environment. Our own Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative is here to propel that change. Look for the white bin nearest to your area.
It's our 75th anniversary. Live, laugh, and love with Lambo Credit Union. Take advantage of our 75th anniversary loans and get 100% financing for home improvement, appliances, groceries, debt consolidation, and much more. Did we mention no payment until January 31st, 2022? Get the most flexible repayment periods and the best interest rates around. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for our new member reloaded loan and get up to $30,000 with zero down payment. Let's get you behind the wheel this holiday with our new and used vehicle loans. Call 639-5060 to book your appointment today or visit us on Facebook and Instagram. Wishing you happy holidays from Lambo Credit Union. And remember, we are always here for you.
My sweet island Tobago.
Hi, I'm Davia Chambers, and you are going to meet me in Tobago, specifically in my hometown of Black Rock, here at Fort Bennett. But we're not going to just be showing you this amazing scenery. We're going to be highlighting the heartbeat of Tobago. Tobago is the capital of paradise. We are beyond ordinary. We're known for our beautiful beaches, our culture, our music, and of course, our warm, talented people. So come with me, let's go and meet some of them.
Man, we party till we drop down there, with a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers. It's 7:13 a.m. and this is the Tobago Updates morning show coming to you live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. At this point, folks, we're just going to do a quick pause to recognize some birthdays. I want to send out belated birthday greetings that would have been yesterday to Renee. Renee, we trust that you have an enjoyable day. Continue to do all that is right and good in every way possible. And if I know you any at all, those celebrations continue into the weekend. And Ria, we also come forward to today. We have Avian Parks celebrating her birthday.
Happy
a very
birthday,
good friend, Sister
you.
Avian Parks. Happy birthday to you. And we know that you're going to have an enjoyable one. In fact, she's kind of pressed because, you know, Avian works also out of the office of the Chief Secretary.
Yes.
And with a new Chief Secretary office, she might be able to take that birthday time out. But the weekend is yours. The weekend is yours. All right? So we definitely want to wish you a happy birthday. Birthday blessings also going out to Ken Jones, Denise Doyle Sebro. Yes, Ken Jones, my family, you know. Denise Doyle Sebro. Happy birthday blessings to you as well. And Trisha Rochford, happy birthday to you as well. And Giovanni Campbell. We want to send out birthday blessings to each and every one of you coming from the Tobago Updates family. Hey, I could forget my boy in Plymouth, Nicholas Ford. Nicholas Ford, birthday blessings to you, man. Trust that you have an enjoyable one.
All right. No, I tell you, Julian, I think the public looks forward to those birthday greetings coming out from you. I think you do an excellent job. But, you know, we've got to switch gears at this time. We've got our guest coming up on the program. We will be chatting with Mr. Anselm Richards, who is an economist and political analyst. And we're taking a look this morning at the new THA administration. Good morning and welcome to you, Mr. Richards.
Good morning, Ria. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Anselm, are you hearing us clearly?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Just give me a thumbs up if you're hearing me, if you're hearing us clearly. Okay.
Great.
I think it's probably on our end. We are just reconnecting some things here.
So,
all right.
So, Anselm, we want to get started this morning, and before we even go into your economist hat, we want to start with the political analyst side of things. What are your feelings based on the outcome and what we saw yesterday in terms of the installation, chief secretary, minority councillors, etc., the full lineup as this PDP administration prepares to move forward?
Well, first of all, we have to thank Tobagonians, and in particular probably the youth segment of Tobago, for their decisive vote on Monday. I think that the result was overwhelming in support of the PDP, and they have given them a significant mandate to do the kind of change and transformation that they have advocated on the political hosting. So the issue now, we are down to the governance, we are down to running this island for the next 4 years. We see the lineup yesterday in terms of the signal that the incoming administration have sent to us in terms of the selection of councillor, Ms. Surtika Orr. I think that she have probably brought in for her public service experience to probably provide a kind of cushion of support. I see Mr. Lando Kerr. Probably we know him well in the education field as a tutor representative in Tobago, and advocate for teachers and education upgrade and transformation in Tobago. I think probably he is brought in to probably put in that kind of support and direction in the education sector. I see Ms. Tasha Boris. I think that is a future investment that the party is strategically making, preparing her for a second run in 2025, giving her that legislative experience and public exposure, building her public footprint a little bit more, so that when she comes back on the scene to face probably whosoever may replace or if Shamfa is going again, she'll be much of a giant in the politics to be confronted with. So that's I see the lineup. What is strange, what is really strange, or what was strange yesterday is on the minority side. The minority councillor, I can't recall her name now. Petal Daniel Benoit. I know her working in the Division of Finance, closely associated with the then Finance Secretary, Mr. Jack. But in terms of her political presence and political footprint, I have not seen anything in the political sun, as it were, in Tobago over the years. So I look forward to see what comes from her in that regard. I don't know if that is a signal that the old guards of the PNM are out, and this is a new transforming team that they are trying to probably stitch or sew together to send a signal that the party have taken note of the curtail and the rejection of the leadership of the party. Because when you lose to your political leader, you lose to your sitting chief secretary, your finance secretary, you know, those are the senior people, those are your leadership have been wiped out, so that the party have been really sent into a tailspin in terms of leadership. So probably this is this first building block of the transformative leadership that the PNM probably need to examine itself, and hope that kind of leadership will bring the kind of attitude and care that Tobagonians have been yearning for in the Tobago space for the last 21 years.
As you've said, as you've spoken there, Anselm, particularly to the PNM probably looking at turning a new leaf, we also saw yesterday the announcement by the PNM's People's National Movement, the media release that spoke to the resignation of Stanford Calendar as chairman of the party, and more specifically the statement, you know, in quotes being made where he would have indicated to give the party an opportunity to restructure and re-engineer itself going forward. What do you think about that move? And question, should there be others that should be looked forward to if the party is looking at restructuring?
Well, Mr. Calendar had some probably health issue in recent times, and I think probably that is probably more the reason why he has taken this position in terms of his resignation. But even in addition to that, definitely when a party have faced such or experienced such a defeat or such a massive rejection at the polls, there's definitely a need for them to cut deep into themselves in terms of looking at the leadership and looking at the offering of the party and coming with that kind of deep introspection. Has to be some casualty or collateral damage as we go forward. So I think probably more of that will come. I know definitely the future for Ms. Davison will be a very challenging one if she attempts to stay on. You know, Mr. Dennis, who had a very nice and probably pleasant run as the interim chief secretary for some time, he is now facing a blemish on his political record, having lost the Buku seat for the first time in the history of the THA. The opposition politics in Tobago have never held that seat in the history of the THA in 40 years. 41 years, and he has lost that. So it tells you the depth of the transformation that Tobago is looking for from that organization. So they will have to cut deep into themselves politically and reorganize that organization and then present it as an alternative option to what is now before us. The challenge also is for the incoming administration to really set itself apart from what we have had in the last 21 years and really work hard to deliver and, rebuild the trust and confidence in this organization called the THA. There's a lot of things to be cleaned up, a lot of things to be discontinued, a lot of new things to start. So the task will not be an easy one. And then there's a steep and challenging learning curve for the new coming assemblymen and women that we all have to give them the push up that curve and, exercise some degree of patience. Some of the things would not happen as events that, those are processes, those are programs that will have to come on stream. Yes.
Mr. Richards, and I'm glad that you raised that point because there's been some concern, in the public domain about these assemblymen being green and being new to politics and being inexperienced. What do you say to that?
Well, that is definitely the case. That's the fact before us. I don't see, any one of them there working at a senior level in the THE and come into the process with that inspection. That is not to say that intuitively that they will not have some residual understanding as to how the government should function and all of that. I think they have the options of support, of bringing in support staff. They have to understand that your administrative system within your division is really your administrative advisory system. Especially your head of administration, your administration, and you really have to give the administration the distance between the policy division, which is really the executive council, and the administrative division. You have to create that margin so that your administration can do her work. He or she can do her administrative work in the margin, and then you will come in and check it to see if it is consistent with your policy direction. So we have to understand that our administrators are really our administrative advisors as secretaries. That will be a number one understanding that is necessary. And then they have the option of bringing in subject matter experts as advisors to support them. So it is not without solution, but it's really about attitude and the willingness to open yourself for others to pour into you, so that this thing can be a real exciting learning experience for all of them and for all of us as Tobagonians as we really come together to build a new Tobago going forward.
As well, there has been a call for Tracy Davidson Celestine to either step down or relinquish her duties as political leader of the Tobago Council of the People's National Movement, particularly because for the second time around, a second election within a year, she has failed to lead the party to victory. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, in other countries like our mother country, England, that would have been an automatic decision. But in the Caribbean, we have seen a culture where leaders are facing this, have great difficulty in doing what is really the honorable thing to do. Most of them want to die in office, even when they are losers. Some of them find it, put up a fight. So I hope Ms. Davidson is wise enough to make the most informed choice, the choice that is important for the survival of the organization going forward. I think she's a young woman. She has a long future ahead of her. I think with the leadership of the PNM at the national level, some radical decision will be taken, and what leadership changes needs to be made will certainly be made. The party has a very strong institution, a very strong and robustly functioning institutional capacity, and I think it will self-correct as we go along.
Anselm Richards, we're going to the economist hat. And we're speaking to the fact here that we operating in a space where persons were concerned about the level of spend that took place in relation to the last election, particularly coming from the then administration. Are you worried about what Chief Secretary Farley Chavez Augustine and the PDP administration is going to meet in the Treasury?
Well, that is
guidance.
That is certainly a concern. We are all seeing it. It was really obscene and out of place for that kind of what I will call it, wayward spending to be taking place in the middle of an election campaign. We know that those rapid projects or whatever was taking place was really intended to influence the outcome of the election. However, Tobagonians rose to the occasion and they rejected all those handouts and all those, projects, decisively. The work for the PDP now is to get in and do a rapid assessment, a rapid tabletop assessment as to what the financial status of the THA is, what they have met when they enter office. Getting a good assessment of the resources that is available, how much of the resources to come has been already spent, and it is not in the Tobago coffers as it were. That is an exercise that has to be done almost immediately. As a matter of fact, I think of today, if the administrator in the Division of Tourism has any foresight, she should be and the Director of Finance, they should be leading that kind of activity throughout the THA under the stewardship of the Chief Administrator, because that is something you will want to present the Chief Secretary with when he comes into office, probably later today after the swearing of the secretaries, or probably latest Monday morning. So at least he can get a kind of immediate picture of his financial or of the resources that is before him for him to start his work, rolling out his agenda. So I think that is critical. I know probably a significant part of the development expenditure may have already expended, even if it have not reached the books or the Treasury or the Tobago Treasury, and that is concerning. It will put a very handicapping situation around the hands and feet of the new coming administration, but they will have to come to Tobago and Tobagonians and really give us a very precise and clear update with the clarity that is necessary, so that all of us will understand what the situation that they are facing in the THA, and that some of the things that were promised cannot be immediately had or implemented, and probably they have to come in the next budget cycle, which is by October or so. But I think the key here is their messaging, the engagement of the Tobago population, and how they present the information in a simple manner that the average man in the street will understand. Well, look, they spend out all the money before we reach in, for want of a better way of saying it. That's the Tobago way. They spend out all the money before we reach in, and this is what we reach. So this is what we can do until the other budget cycle of 2022-2023.
That's a signal that you are clearly supporting the position of the Chief Secretary, where he stated publicly that is one of his first objectives, to assess what the situation is collectively and then to make a determination, present it to the Tobago people with a determination and a sense of where we go from here.
Well, that is required with any incoming administration. After 20 years, you need, and probably this may be what we call a snapshot analysis of the financial situation at the current stage. This is what it is today. But there may be need for you to do some back table or back room, or some backwards digging to see what has happened. When I say digging, looking back a couple of years to see how these finances were really, dispensed with, how they were managed and so forth. So you get a real, because, there have been years of concern as to how the finances of the THE was managed over the years, and therefore there will definitely be a need for some kind of value for audit exercise to take place in this THE, so that we can have a clear picture and appreciation as to how our resources were managed over the last 21 years. I'm not saying that necessarily that you have to go back to 21 years. You can do what they call some sampling of the audit over the years, so you can dip for a couple of years down the road and see what comes up, and you can make some judgment and some predictions based on that.
You definitely wants answers on the zip line from this new administration now.
Well, the zip line thing has been a hot political bread, as it were, and there was some talk on the last political hosting that there is some legal matter was instituted. So I guess probably we will have to see how that goes. Probably the evidence from the investigation will probably find itself in any court proceeding. So at the end of the day, we're going to have a clear picture of what happened with the zip line project. But there are other more significant projects that needs to be looked into. Not only the zip line, there is this whole bond issue, how it was done, what is the cost we are paying, because bond is not free thing that you're eating when you go and raise money through bonds. It's not a free thing like you go in the bakery and they give you a bond, You take a bond, a loan, and you have to pay it back over 20 years or after 20 years or something. So we have to look at the term of condition of the bond issue, how it was executed, whether the market condition of the time of the issuance of the bond and all kind of things. So there's plenty financial analysis to be done. Probably we'll have to put a team together to give him the kind of technical and financial and economic support that is necessary, so that he can come to the people with informed findings that are factual, that will bring the population up to speed. And he needs to have this kind of continuous engagement with the people of Tobago. He has promised that. And I think if he has to maintain his political credibility and his political capital, he has to set up a platform where you have continuous conversation with the people, taking them along with him. Because you see, sometime after an election, and we have seen it, we have lived it, we have experienced it in the last 20 years. After the election, the people are set aside until the next vote, and they come along and give you hampers and food voucher and all of that. But what the leaders need to understand is that if you can't take the population along with you, you cannot achieve your development, and you cannot achieve or realize your transformative agenda. The people is the center of your politics. You administrate and you govern for people, and you have to take them along with you, and that requires you to have a very effective communication platform where you meet and share with them, whether it's constituency by constituency, or whether you do it at the global level through the office of the Chief Secretary, where you have probably the Chief Secretary's conversation with Tobago, if it's monthly, quarterly, I don't know. He will have to set his agenda. Persons like you will probably have to come in and help him in terms of his public presence and marketing and all of so. But there has to be a continuous conversation with we are living in a very difficult time, and to keep the people comfortable, to keep them informed, and to keep them, on board with you have to have continuous conversation. As I say, people don't want people don't want certainty in the first instance. What they want is clarity, and once you give them honesty in the clarity, they will see the certainty in what you want to do, and they will come along with their skills and their resources to effect the kind of transformation that we all need in Tobago, and we need it rapidly. We are way behind. The COVID situation is raging out of control. Our fellow Tobagonians are dying in cases where they're not supposed to be dying, so we need to fix that. So there's plenty work to be done in a very difficult time, where the pandemic have really swung our life around to 180 degrees. The resources of the country is limited. We have a new administration, a newly minted administration with a lot of young people. So it's exciting time. There's significant opportunities, but it's how my mother usually says, it's not the size of the load, but it's how you determine to carry the load. So I think that there's significant opportunity in all that is before us, but it will take informative leadership, real creative leadership, real humble leadership. And I think that Mr. Chavez would have demonstrated some of that, a willingness to listen, a willingness to open up yourself for people to point to you, and to share and to take informed advice. And that's a good quality. So I hope he left that through his administration.
No, I mean, we spoke extensively concerning the financial situation as it is. Of course, when our Chief Secretary, Fali Augustine, goes in, of course, he's going to determine, where things are at. But until the dust settles, what areas do you think should be maybe the top? What would you say should be the top 3 areas that this administration should concentrate on? And this is just talking here, because we're still not sure what amount of monies they have to deal with or work with at this point. We're not sure. But in terms of areas of development, areas of concern, what would you say would be the top 3 areas that they should focus on?
Well, definitely, the number 1 priority is to really contain and stabilize this COVID health situation in Tobago. I know the situation at the Scarborough Hospital is chaotic, totally out of control. In some cases, people are saying that the healthcare system has collapsed of the way the COVID situation is being managed. They have failed. The last administration have failed to create a parallel healthcare system to deal exclusively with the COVID situation. So what you have, your whole outpatient clinic area at the Scarborough Hospital is now what is being used for COVID treatment and assessments and all of that. That is a no-no in an infectious situation like COVID. It's not that we're out of infrastructure to create a parallel healthcare system, but probably for some reason it was not done, and we had time, because we had a long lull where the numbers were very low and the deaths were low in Tobago. And that has given us some breathing space as well to create that parallel healthcare system by bringing in the resources, both human and medical resources, to set up that parallel healthcare system. It was not done, and probably questions has to be asked why it was not done. So the incoming administration must treat that with a matter of urgency. Process that has to be treated. That situation has to, you probably need something like a bomb squad to go. And when I say a bomb squad, not to blow it up. Because in the military conversation, bomb squad are persons who have the finest set of knowledge and understanding in that kind of situation. So you need something like a task force to go in and come up with a rapid solution for the stabilization and containment of that COVID situation in Tobago. You can't have a situation where persons are going to the hospital for swabbing and testing and are spending hours in the waiting room. That's a disincentive. The other thing is that you are spending 24 to 48 hours, sometimes 72 hours to get your results. That put real pressure on your ability to contain the spread of the virus through your contact tracing and sending people into quarantine. So those things have to be, treated with a matter of urgency. I know probably Dr. Faith Israel is the spokesperson on health for the incoming administration. I probably know she would probably have been contacted by a number of persons who would have been working on probable solution. She has some footprint in the Division of Health. I think she has to go in there with an open mind, sit with them, and let them propose what needs to be done, and then her experience will be brought to bear on that, and then a rapid implementation should take place. I am saying by the end of the year, we should see some kind of swing approach, and I call it that deliberately, a swing approach in the treatment of this situation. I'm not saying that this situation may be contained, because this virus is unpredictable, but from the operational level and the administrative level, we must see that transforming direction in which they are moving to swing our COVID response. So that's one, and that's the first one.
In this circumstance.
That's the first one.
And time doesn't permit us to touch on the other two. So we're certainly going to have to come back, and I know we will be seeing you in the mix most definitely.
And let me just say education and the stabilization of our financial situation. Thank you for having me.
That is
have a blessed day
this morning. Viewers, we have heard it there from Anselm Richards, economist and political analyst. And Anselm Richards, I think, is very fitting to pull a comment from one of our viewers in the words of Roxanne James. He has a brilliant mind indeed. His knowledge and expertise can still serve the island. Would love to see him even repurposing PRDI. So thank you there again to Anselm Richards. And of course, Tobago is looking forward to your contribution in the mix in terms of making that difference. Viewers, as we prepare to go to just before our next segment, we want to remind you to continue to share the live, share the live, share the live. When we return, we'll be chatting with Regine Daniel about this special FX makeup, and that segment will be done by Rhea. So viewers, we encourage you. Thank you for your continued love and support. Continue to share the live, share the live, share the live.
It's a different type of thing down there, and we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
Good morning, good morning. Put a smile on your
This is your boy Kenneth Super Sad. Yeah, man. DJ, take it down. I want to tell all you this. When I was born in the hospital, my mother watched my father and tell my father, look with treasure. My father say, bury it. My father was an electrician for 40 years. And the first shock he get was when I born. I want to urge everybody, please, get vaccinated. Right now, I performing before an empty audience. And the only way we could get things back to normal is if we get vaccinated. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, TNT, don't hesitate, vaccinate.
TNT, don't hesitate, vaccinate today. Kindly sponsored by NLCB.
You did the right thing. So now we're giving you things. Republic Bank thanks you and wants to reward you for getting vaxxed. Win $5,000 in prizes every week, plus one of 2 cars in December. You took care of your health, and now we're taking care of you. $5,000 and a chance to win a car. See press and log on to republictt.com for details.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash in transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Viewers, welcome back. Morning. Welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. And yeah, we were talking all about politics, and rightly so, politics is in the air. But we're switching gears just a little bit to chat this morning with Regine Daniel, and she is the special effects makeup specialist. And we're talking this morning about makeup. Yes, viewers, makeup this morning. Regine, good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning. Hi.
It's good to have you on the program. Now,
Happy
I know
to
she's
be
going to
here.
say Auntie Rhea. She wants to say Auntie Rhea, and she's torn between saying Auntie Rhea and Rhea. Regine, just for the purpose of this, you can go with the Rhea, okay?
All right,
you can
just
go with
for
what your-
today.
Yes. All right, now before we get into things, Regine has a special greeting that she'd like to extend.
Yes, today is my parents' anniversary, Sean Levine's Daniel and Philip Daniel. So I just want to wish them a happy anniversary on behalf of their 4 daughters.
That's right. Happy anniversary going out to you guys. And Sean and Philip are some really special people. She's my sister from another mother. All right? But we go way back. So congratulations to you guys. And you know what, viewers? She couldn't even give me the exact number of years. Sean, I'm putting you out on blast. She couldn't even give me the exact number of years that they've been married.
Too much.
Yeah, they've been having so much fun that they can't remember how many years they've been married. But I'll leave it there. Now, Regine, let's come back to you here. Now, you've been doing makeup for a number of years. I know that this is something that you are passionate about.
Yes.
What got you started?
Well, in high school, I did theater arts in high school, and I was also involved in a drama club. And our teacher gave us an assignment where we had to create different costuming and makeup looks and everything. So I got makeup as mine, and I really just went right into it. And since then, I've been doing makeup. I fell in love with it. I became consumed with makeup, not only for beauty and everything, but for the stage, for theater, for the arts, and it was able to tie 2 things that I cared about. So I really enjoyed it from that point.
Would you say that, you know, life growing up in the Daniel household sort of prepared you for this? I know your mother, Sean, was a model back in her day, a designer in her time.
My mom definitely was my first introduction to makeup, and I didn't always really like makeup, but I was familiar with it because my mom I heard she did people's makeup back in the day and then did her own makeup all the time. So it wasn't anything unfamiliar, but she really inspired me and encouraged me to get into it as well.
Okay, and you have no regrets?
No, none at all.
All right, now, I want to talk a little bit here about the special effects, because there's makeup and then there's the special effects.
Yes.
So there's makeup that has you popping and looking really
Yes,
good, and then there's
yes,
makeup
yes.
that can make you look
crazy.
You know, like you belong at St. Anne.
Right.
Now, how did you transition from makeup to special effects?
Well, it was an easy transition for me because I started off doing the beauty makeup. I did some courses with Sasha. I did some online courses. I learned as much as I could online, and then it was kind of like a hole that I kind of just dived into. And once I got a little taste of the special effects, I was like, okay, well, let me see how deep I could go. There was no going back at all. So I do provide special effects services as well as beauty makeup services. So I do the both of them.
So for those persons who are okay, we're seeing some pictures here.
Yes.
So this is all you?
Yes, a lot of my work is inspired by Tobago's culture and heritage. So this, I did a old-time wedding, but zombies.
Yeah, I can see that.
So yes, I have the bride and the groom, and a lot of it is based on my heritage and my culture, because having an arts background, I take it very seriously, and it's kind of like my mission to tell our stories through the art that I do.
There's some, Regine, who would say, oh my goodness, this looks like what is this?
Well,
busted toe.
Busted toe, correct. So, you know, when like if something drop on, like something heavy drop on the toes, you know, you would see the bleeding from
underneath. How it causes the nails to raise
I have
from
a
the
video
nail
of it coming off. It was a lot of fun to do.
That was fun to do, you
said? It was fun to do for me. I like to do, I feel like this kind of makeup is more challenging. Because you have to play with realism. You know, if you're doing like zombies or something scary, it doesn't always have to be realistic, but something like this, you want it to look as real as possible. Right. And imitating real life could be more difficult.
There's some who would say, you're tapping into your dark side. This is not a dark side.
No, this is not a dark side.
You know, the zombie look and the blood and stuff, tapping into your dark side.
Yeah, it's all, I feel like it's all, you know, I know Tobago, some people could be very religious and, you know, oh, well, it's, you know, dark and eerie and everything, but it could also be very fun. I mean, everybody has like a quote-unquote dark side or whatever, but it's a fun, dramatic side. Yes, this is a friend of mine that I dressed up as the Grinch. And
no, I'll be honest with you. I enjoy the Grinch movies every year. I can watch them over and over. Now this is a very real replica of the original Grinch. I'm looking at
this was like a prosthetic piece that I had to paint and apply and then add the fur and everything. So and I think I'll bring back the Grinch this Christmas again. So
yes,
I like to do this type of makeup. It's very fun.
Well, who knows? Maybe we'll have the Grinch on set with us.
Yes,
this young lady looks so familiar,
so familiar.
Gorgeous.
Oh my gosh,
absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, that's my little sister.
That's right. Beautiful, and this is just your beauty makeup.
Beauty makeup. So it's makeup could be it's very vast. There's a wide variety of things that you do. So there's beauty involved in it. There's the special effects that's more gory, creature design like this one.
This one that looks
more creatures.
Like some creatures is
like a kind of alien vibe.
Yeah, damaged, bleeding, bruised.
So all of that is very fun to get into. Then we have more of like the beauty side of it as well.
But I wanna make a plug here for those persons who are getting involved in not only drama, but those persons who are getting involved in film and production. That this is an avenue that they can also tap into.
That was fun to do.
Bleeding nail. Oh my goodness.
So that was the removal of the nail that I did before.
Yeah, too.
Yes. It is.
It looks like you're cleaning a wound.
Yeah, cleaning.
But viewers, it is all good. This is just
for entertainment, just makeup. You know, people take it so seriously, but it's just makeup. You wipe it off just as easily.
So where's the other?
Oh, that's a trick. I can't release the trick, but
you can't release the trick.
Yeah.
I've always wondered.
But it's there.
The finger's there.
You just have to. So anytime you see me post anything, it's there. She's not hurt. It's just,
I know it looks
makeup.
so gory, but it's all makeup. It's all part of the special effects that Regine is into. I know some of you were probably cringing as you looked at it.
Gosh, I apologize so early in the morning.
You may not have had your cup of coffee.
Oh gosh.
or your whatever. But I promise you, as she said, it's all there. She just could not reveal the tricks to the special effects. So what is next for you?
Well, currently I am the owner of Eris Beauty Center. I branched off into a different aspect of makeup to focus on the beauty side of it and also with the products as well. So Eris Beauty Center is a company that sells makeup products. I offer makeup services more on the beauty side for like the average person, not only people involved in film and the arts. And I also do rent stations for hairdressers and nail techs on the island that wants to take their skill further. So we have a salon and a studio where we sell and do makeup.
And where are you located?
In Scipio Trace, Lowlands, Tobago.
So everything is home-based?
Yes, correct.
I mean, why pay rent when you've got it, when you've got it happening there? Yes. And I really want to congratulate you, Regine.
Thank you so much.
I'm really proud of you. And Regine is a product, not of Bishop's High School, but she is a product of the Pentecostal Light and Life High School.
Correct. Yes.
All right? So I just wanted to put that out there.
Just
Great
a plug
things
for
come
Light
from
and Life, a plug for PLF, yes.
That's right. We just have to put it out there.
Yes, correct.
Because Bishops is on Bishops is in focus these days with our new chief secretary and.
Oh well,
and,
yeah.
And,
I mean, let them have the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, let them have the moment. But Pentecostal Light and Life is where I got started with makeup itself. It really, my teachers encouraged me, and I got so much information and experience that I don't think I would have gotten anywhere else. And it's a small school, but it really focuses on the students to hone their talents, and that's what I appreciated from going to there and spending 5 years there.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Regine, it's a pleasure, always a pleasure chatting with you because you're so bright and bubbly. And I think it's the Sean and the Philippine.
The combine.
Yes, combined that brings it out.
Oh, gosh.
All right, so thank you so much for joining us on the program today. Viewers, we're going to leave it there for this time. When we come back, we will be chatting with Devon Adana with This Day in History. Julian is going to be back on set with us. And we encourage you to, before we encourage you, Sean, I trust that, I'll get my cake. You and Phil, I'll get my cake and ice cream later on. I'm just putting it out there. All right? And that the girls are going to give you a really great day.
Oh, boy. A lot of pressure there.
That's right. But we encourage our viewers this morning to share the live, share the live, share the live.
talk, watch, and listen to win big this Christmas with a Digicel Prime Bundle. The more you watch, cheer, and dance to your favorite Digicel apps, the more chances you have to win thousands of shake-to-win prizes. Enter to win grand prizes of $100,000, home appliances, and groceries valued at $50,000 or free Digicel services for a year. Visit My Digicel or dial *323# to buy a Prime Bundle today and talk, watch, listen to win big with Digicel. Better together this Christmas.
To all Tobagonians and visitors of this beautiful island, the Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative is seeking your efforts and support in keeping a clean and organized, friendly environment. In doing so, drop-off bins are located at strategic areas around Tobago for your recyclable materials such as plastics, aluminum and steel cans, glass bottles and tetra packs in bags, and let's protect our environment. Our own Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative is here to propel that change. Look for the white bin nearest to your area.
It's our 75th anniversary. Live, laugh, and love with Lambo Credit Union. Take advantage of our 75th anniversary loans and get 100% financing for home improvement, appliances, groceries, debt consolidation, and much more. Did we mention no payment until January 31st, 2022? Get the most flexible repayment periods and the best interest rates around. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for our new member reloaded loan and get up to $30,000 with zero down payment. Let's get you behind the wheel this holiday with our new and used vehicle loans. Call 639-5060 to book your appointment today or visit us on Facebook and Instagram. Wishing you happy holidays from Lambo Credit Union. And remember, we are always here for you.
My sweet island Tobago.
Hi, I'm Davia Chambers, and you are going to meet me in Tobago, specifically in my hometown of Blackrock, here at Fort Bennett. But we're not going to just be showing you this amazing scenery. We're going to be highlighting the heartbeat of Tobago. Tobago is the capital of paradise. We are beyond ordinary. We're known for our beautiful beaches, our culture, our music, and of course, our warm, talented people. So come with me. Let's go and meet some of them.
Man, we party till we drop down there, with a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there, with a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome back, viewers. This is the Tobago Updates morning show coming to you live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. Folks, in this final segment, we want to make sure and do some shout outs here this morning. I'm seeing Cindy Taylor joining us on the live, proud sister of Presiding Officer Abby Taylor. I'm seeing Suzette James Stewart, Listra Belfon. Who else am I seeing on the live here? Anne-Marie James Henry.
We've been logged on.
Yes, we just saw Makan Hislop as well joining in. Morning to you. Folks, we want to continue to thank you for that energy, because in all honesty, the success of the Tobago Updates morning show has a lot to do with you, the viewers, continuing to appreciate what we bring to you in terms of sharing Tobago content with Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, the region. So we also want to say hello to our Gael viewers and our M&E TV viewers here this morning. Ria, I think we're all looking forward to the weekend.
Definitely. I'm certainly looking forward to it, to get some rest, a little bit of rest. I think my body has been pushing a little bit beyond its limit. So we will see what happens next week. But we're really happy, always happy to be in Tobago's company, the Caribbean, the Trinidad, you know.
And Ria, this is where I put on my Scarborough Secondary School alumni hat as well. And I want to do shout outs here this morning to our Presiding Officer Abby Taylor. You know, and I saw Aliyah's post online. Aliyah Holder, certainly definitely a young person, outstanding in her work there in the Tobago space. Yes, Aliyah also a proud Scarborough Secondary School alumni. Joel Sampson, Deputy Presiding Officer, proud alumni again. And we also have Assemblyman who would have passed through Scarborough Secondary Secondary School, Assemblyman Megan Morrison, Assemblyman Ian Pollard, Assemblyman Nigel Tate, Assemblyman Sonny Craig, also Councillor Orlando Kerr, and Minority Councillor Petal Daniel Benoit. All right, continuing to represent as Scarborough Secondary School alumni. Well done, well done, well
That's
done.
right. All right, so thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, viewers, for joining us today. We trust that you have a great day. Remember, stay safe. This is going to be... Get some rest this weekend. Yeah, concentrate on your Christmas shopping. So from Monday, we're supposed to be Christmasing things, I understand. So we're looking forward to ringing those bells and, sharing all the good stuff that comes along with Christmas from Monday. So viewers, have a great day. Remember, wear your mask, sanitize, and socially distance yourself. So we'll see you on Monday, God willing. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning.